Hey, what's up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Meyson. Now I'm just continuing from the last video I made where I retouched this image up here, sent by an amazing photographer all the way in Jamaica called McKinley. You guys check him out. I'll put a link to his Instagram page in the description below, so definitely check him out. So this is the before and this is the after. If you want to see how I retouched this image, I'm going to put a card up here to the video on the right, and I also put a link in the description below to this particular video. Now in that video I spoke about retouching one of the swimwear videos, photos, and I would be retouching this image because yeah, I don't know, I just had someone pick this one for me. So this is the straight out of the camera, and this is what it looks like, and this is the capture one edit. As you guys can see, I messed around with the Kelvin a little bit, that's in the white balance, and a little bit with the tint. I just put the tint to 0 and I set the Kelvin to somewhere close to 6,000. Then I also messed around with my dynamic range. I pulled my highlights down, pulled my shadows up, pulled my whites down, and I pulled my blacks up, and my levels, I pulled my blacks in. If you work with your levels, you know your shadows on your left and your highlights on the right. So I just pulled my whites in and I pulled my blacks in, and this is it. We got like a more contrasty image. It's not as warm as as before, but I just like how it looks. So now we're going to take this image to Photoshop. So edit with Photoshop 20, and these are the settings that I use. Now this is just a retouching your image type video. This is not a tutorial where I'm going to be going over everything that I'm doing. I am just retouching, showing you guys how I'll go about editing an image like this. And just, it's not like I've edited this image before. In some tutorial videos I'll edit the image once or twice, so I know like the best way to go about it. But this is just like me just going straight with my guts and saying, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to do. So let's see what we're going to do for this one. This is a pretty straightforward image. Just really straightforward. There isn't much to do except skin retouching, dodge and burn, and color grading. That's basically what we're going to be doing with this image. So what I'm going to do right now is create my basic frequency separation adjustment and frequency separation layers. My radius, I'm going to reduce my radius because she's kind of like far away from the camera, so it's not, if your face, if it was just like a beauty image, then the radius is going to be high, but when it's a portrait like this, I typically use small radiuses. Now if you want to get these actions, they come in my retouching essentials pack. I have it out for sales on my digital store. Definitely go check it out. 14 amazing actions that help you retouch faster and retouch better. And I also have some skin tone LUTs for dark skin and light skin tones. You guys should also check that out. Then yeah, freebies. So if you want just the frequency separation and the eyes and teeth whitening action, I have it out for free. You should definitely go check it out. So yeah, so right now I'm just going to pick my clone stamp tool. I'm zoomed in all the way, and I'm going to remove the blemishes from her face. So I'm just going to sample and take out all these blemishes from her face. Now this typically takes a while because this and dodge and burn takes the most time when you are retouching. So what I'm going to do is what I typically do. I'm just going to fast forward this part and we'll come back when I'm done with this. Okay, so I'm done removing a lot of the blemishes on her face. So this is the before and this is the after. So you guys can see she doesn't have any makeup on, so you just have to do a little bit more cleaning up than if she had some makeup on. So that's the before, that's the after. I've removed a lot of the blemishes using the clone stamp tool, and I'm just going to jump into dodge and burn again for this image, which I was just going to use frequency separation, but for the sake of this video, let's just be a little bit more in depth. So I'm going to run my complete dodge and burn action, and it's just going to create everything with my invert check layer. So now I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm just going to work with this. So let me see if I can adjust this to give me just okay, it was fine where it was before. So now I'm going to pick a soft white brush, make sure my brush is soft, and change my flow to 1%. Check. Okay, brush is soft. White brush, come down to micro dodge and burn, or macro dodge and burn, whichever one you call it. And now let's burn away. Now, if you want to know how to work with the micro dodge and burn, make sure you check out the video. I think it's the video I put before the last one. Go check that video out. I explained my dodge and burn pretty well. I was a little bit more in depth in that video about dodge and burn, more than I can explain here. So right now I'm just dodging, and I'm just going to dodge these parts. So when I work on my dodge and burn, I just tend to stay on one part, like one part of the face. So right now I'm on like the left part of her face, so I'm just going to dodge and burn these parts and get started the way first before I move on to another part of her face. So right now I'm just going to work on these places. Right now what I'm doing is I'm reducing the highlights on that part of her face, you know. So if I take my check layer off and we run it, you can see, you know, I'm just reducing a lot of highlight patches on that part of her face, right? So right now I can come down to dodge and dodge all these places, and this is going to reduce the shadows. Now when you work with your invert check layer, what happens is that your invert check layer kind of inverts the light, so the places that are dark appear as bright or white, and the places that are bright appear as dark, because it's inverted. You feel me? Like I said, check out the last video I did. I was a bit more in depth, you know, than this one. So right now what I'm going to do, you guys see this part of our face, you guys can see that we are doing a good job fixing this part of our face up. I'm not going to spend too much time doing dodge and burn, so what I'm going to do right now is just fast forward the video once again, and I will be back. Me, I no go tire for your matter. Ooh.
Drip, big drip, big back, little waist, gift wrap, drop that, she want that, touch that, grab that, big drip, big back, little waist, gift wrap, drop that, she want that, I told her touch that, grab that.
I'm alive, I will give her, yeah. I'm alive, I will give her, yeah. I'm my money, I will give her, yeah.
Okay, now so we're back, and I was going to go into dodging and burning the body, but it just clicked for me that there's really no need to do any of that, because frequency separation can sort out most of the issues that I think I'm having with the not issues, but I'll just say anything I want to fix in the body. I think frequency separation can fix that. But you guys can see how dodge and burn has kind of like even out the shadows and the highlights on her face to give her a smoother and better looking you know, face. You know, she looks good, don't get it twisted, but you know, this is the whole idea why we retouch, to make people that look good even look better, right? Okay, great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the second micro dodge and burn, because I don't need that, and I'm going to turn everything off. My basic frequency separation, the one on that, I'm going to command E that, which is like just, you know, merge it together and name that FS. So, and this is my micro dodge and burn. So what I'm going to do is create a new stamp visible layer and run another frequency separation, basic frequency separation action. I think the last one I used 8, so we're going to use 8 for this one. I can't remember, but probably 8. And what I'm going to do right now is pick my mixer brush tool, which is right here. Still haven't put it in my brush panels, and just zoom out a little bit, not too much. And now what I'm going to do is just use my mixer brush tool to work on her face. So shadows, work on shadows, then work on the highlights separately. So if you can see, I'm working on the lights direction, so I'm not just creating my own shadows and highlights. I'm working with the ones that are there, and I'm being really careful so I don't just mess up the shape of her face, right? So let's see what this one has done. You know, see, not too much. It's really subtle, but you guys can see it makes a difference, even though it's really subtle, right? So just get in there and add some more, you know. So let's see it before and after again. You know, it's really subtle, but it does a really good job. You can see her face right now. Let's see the before all the way from the beginning And right now you guys can see the face is standing out a lot more right now. So we're just going to work on the neck just a little bit, you know, just even these things out here. Then turn off my touch on my Wacom for now. And then the body, we don't need to do too much, you know. I'm just using my brush to go over this and just smoothing out the body. We don't need to go too much, but the reason why I'm not doing too much is because, or the reason why you shouldn't do too much is because you need everything to look natural. You know, you don't want to take away from how natural she looks, right? So you just need everything to look natural. You still need the water strokes, you need everything, you know. You just don't want to take anything away from the image. The whole idea is just to enhance the image and not make it different, you know, except you're doing photo manipulation. But that's not what we're doing here. We're doing retouching. So yeah, so let's see where we started from. Let's go back to the beginning. This is where we started from, and this is where we're at right now. Where we started from, where we're at right now. You can see with the body, I did not do too much, you know, but she just stands out and she just looks a lot better right now, right? Okay, great. And when I say a lot better, always remember I'm not saying she doesn't look great, because, you know, we're on the internet. So right now I'm just using my clone stamp tool to go over some places on her face again, you know, just even out the face a little more. Okay, great. You can see a lot of texture here, so I'm just going to take those out. Okay, good. So this looks really good. You know, I love how this looks. So what we're going to do is go up to the global dodge burn and turn on that turn on the group. And right now I'm going to pick a brush, increase my flow to 3%. 3% is fine. Make sure it's a soft white brush. And what we're going to do now is global dodge and burn. Global dodge and burn is basically just enhancing the shadows and the highlights, you know, of your image. So what I'm going to do is turn off everything and just turn on only my dodge and burn, because I want to see where the initial highlights were, because everything is smoothing out now. So what I'm going to do is dodge first and you know, and just bring some of the highlights out. And right now I'm going to enhance the really small details on her face. Okay, so we'll have this highlight here. We're supposed to have a highlight here and one under her lip, so just her chin, and we're going to enhance the detail on her lip, you know. So these little things actually matter. At the end of the day, they just make the image stand out a lot more than if you do not do any of these things, right? So great, let's work on neck. So when you work with dark skin, it's always nice to like really dodge, you know, because we are a lot yeah, you know, we don't respond to light as much as light skinned people do. So, you know, just bring the ribs here out a bit more. Shape this, get the shape going. Okay, great. Right now we're going to add some highlights to this. Okay, we're good. I think we are good with the dodge. So what we're going to do is turn on our frequency separation layer to see what we've done. Then we can go off and on with dodge. Ooh, that looks really, really good. That stands out. That's exactly what I was looking for. Look at that. That's the before, that's the after. Looks great. So what we're going to do right now is burn. So burn, and I'm going to turn off my frequency separation layer. The reason is because I just want to see the background layer, and I want to see how everything looked before, because I'm still following that same the same light spill, right? You could always correct yours, but you know, I kind of like how this image was lit, so, or is lit. So okay, you know, just enhance these ribs, feel me? Then her legs, the side of her legs. Okay, great. So let's turn this on and let's see where we're at right now. So let's see our before and after. So before this walk into Photoshop, and this is the after. So I really like how it looks. Maybe I'll reduce the dodge a little bit on a typical day, but for today we're just gonna leave it like that. We're just gonna go with how this looks, and yeah, you know, we'll do a little bit too much sometimes on YouTube, sometimes for images, but you know, it's fine. I like how it looks. So right now I'm going to just create my levels adjustment layer, you know, pull in my blacks, just add that tone to it, pull in my whites. You guys can see like her outfit's already like blown out, but that's fine, you know, we don't really care about that. We're not trying to save anything on her outfit. So yeah, so let's see our before and our after. Like, I just want to pull this in a little bit more, before, after, just add some contrast to it. So this looks really good. So let's see our before, where we started from. See after, before, after. Looks really good. I feel like the dodge on her face and the burn on her face is a bit too much. So I'm just going to pick a black brush and just brush over her face, and pick a black brush too here. Just brush over her face. You know, reduce the effect of the dodge and burn with the black brush. So that's the whole idea. You know, white reveals and black hides, so we use white to reveal these layers, and now we can use black to hide them. But I'm using a really low what do you call it, flow, so I'll have to go over and over and over again to hide it very well. But you know, I like how it looks, so that's fine. So that's this, and I don't think we need to make the eyes white because the eyes look good, except we absolutely have to. But in an image like this, I don't think we have to. So what's next? For an image like this, I like to color grade it, and as much as it would be nice to start color grading from scratch, I have a few color grading videos that you guys can check out. Right now, I'm just going to use my new LUTs that I created that I'll put out soon. I already have an idea of what will work for this, but let's just see if the purple hue will work. Nah, that's a little bit too much. We can always reduce the opacity, you know, fix the skin tone, but this is not the look I'm going for. I think I'm going for, let's first kill the greens in this image. So let's go with this. Ooh, that looks really, really nice. This works. So this just, yeah, you know, we can definitely go with this and call it a day. I mean, come on, look at the before and after. Now I'm not saying this is going to sit on every image the way it sits on this image, but this looks really, really good. But let's reduce the opacity somewhere around 50. Half of this is fine. Okay, that looks really good. Now I like a teal orange look, so I'm just going to add another LUT to this. So let me just go with the teal and the orange. You guys can see that looks really nice, but it's just too much, so I'm going to reduce the opacity too. Now it still looks good, but it's a little bit too much, and this is where people tend to have issues with LUTs, because you know, they just think that LUTs are just going to, that the ultimate, I don't know, color grading stuff that will change everything. It does add to your image, but you know, it's left for you to just use it the right way. So right now I can see that her skin tone is really red, so what I'm going to do is just pick the reds and just reduce the reds and the skin tone, and you guys can see that just makes a whole lot of difference, right? So we still have the grade almost the exact way we want it, but the reds, we've reduced it. So let's see where we started with this image again. So this is the before and this is the after. This looks amazing. Let's see that again. This is the before and this is the after. Before and after. Is there anything to do in this image? Like I said, maybe just whiten the eyes, because I don't know, the beauty photographer in me just does not want to leave it. So let's just create an eyes and teeth whitening action, or let's just click that, run that, pick a brush, change my flow to 100%, and now I'm just going to zoom in and with the white brush, because I want to reveal, and just paint over the eyes and just brighten the eyes. And you know, the teeth too, you know, just take that out. I think I'm just going to reduce my smoothing and remove 0. Okay, great. I don't know what this does, but I'll figure it out and let you guys know. But I had an idea, but I forgot, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just trying out different things right now. So now I'm going to reduce the opacity, because you know, you just don't want her eyes to stand out of the whole image, and yeah, so this looks good. This looks really good. Someone told me to do the before and after slowly so you guys can see it. So this is the before and this is the after. Before, after, before, after. Like everything just really sits on her skin tones. Now if you guys are interested in this LUTs, I can put it out like ASAP. Or, you know, to be honest, I have been working on a lot of outdoor LUTs because I just want, I know different images work with different LUTs, and I'm trying to put out LUTs that can work across like vast array of images, you understand? So instead of just put out 5 LUTs, you know, or 10 LUTs, you know, yeah, I think I have about 15 done already, but we'll see. If you guys want it, just let me know, then I'll put it out immediately. I'm just going to close my eyes and put it out. But yeah, so now we're going to save this image and we'll go back to capture one. So we're going to save this image now and go back to capture one. And is that saving? So let's go to capture one and see if we can just add a tone curve to this again, just to make her skin a little bit darker, right? Or maybe right here I can just add the rich tones. Let's see what that look like. Ooh, that looks good. That looks really good. That looks good. So if we add the rich tones, we don't have to add the, if we add the rich tones here, we don't have to add the tone curve in capture one. Okay, so before and after, you know, I think I'm just going to stick with this and stick with the rich tones because we used the tone curve before. So let's just stick with this. So yeah, so let me just zoom in so you guys can see this. This is our final image. This is the before of our image and this is the after. This is our final image. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up so a lot of people can see it. If you have images like this or you have other images and you want to see me retouch them, then definitely send them to me. I'll retouch and put it on my YouTube page so you know I can share the process with a lot of people. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, check out my digital store if you want any of these actions that are right here. You can go download it and you can retouch faster and retouch better, and you can follow my tutorials and see and do exactly what I'm doing, you know, the same way I'm doing it. So anyways, thank you. Like I said, thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know. Check out my digital store, cop something from me, support your boy so this channel can keep growing. And thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing week. Peace.